Now, this one I thought was interesting because it's right in line with some things that I've said on this show before in a video that I made before. We'll take a look. President Trump confirms Joe Biden dead since 2020. I thought, what in the world is going on here? Now, this is on WLT Report. And the guy that wrote this says, stick with me, I'll prove it to you. We will not resort to hyperbole or fake news here because we don't have to. The truth is often stranger than fiction, and that is definitely the category of this report. For the better part of the last 5 years, we have been telling you something looked very off about Joe Biden in the Biden White House. Not the mental decline, although we called that out too, but setting that aside, nothing ever looked or felt quite right. There were signs all along the way, literally from the very beginning. Remember when Joe and Jill couldn't even get into the White House? Absolutely unprecedented in our 250-year history. Video shows Biden locked out of the White House after firing Trump's butler. I did not remember that, but it's pretty funny. Almost as if the world was being told that they were not legitimate occupants, or how about this one? Instead of the 4-cannon, 21-gun presidential inauguration ceremony all other presidents have received, do you remember when Joe Biden got a 3-cannon military funeral service in 2020? Joe Biden got a 3-cannon military service funeral in 2020. Okay. Video found. Fake Biden inauguration military funeral, ? So here is the link to the video. Or how about the obvious green screens we witnessed numerous times? Remember when Biden's hand went right through the reporter's mic, right here. And the fake White House sets that they built for Joe to replicate the White House, which we've all seen that, where he's been sitting at a little desk and, you know, they zoom the camera out or pan around or whatever, and you see this huge like warehouse area where they have the fake White House set. You guys remember that? I've shown that before on this show. Was he never in it the entire 4 years? Then you have President Trump constantly referring to central casting when talking about Joe Biden and the Biden regime and the fake TV generals. Central casting, as Trump says. Even MSNBC once slipped up and called it a 5 to 6 year show. I wasn't familiar with that. There were constant and extremely strange tips along the way. The Mask, final proof we're all just watching a movie, ? This one jammed about 10 plus obvious Easter eggs into one photo. So all these different hats and shirts and the cube poster thing over here, and all of that. Anyone who was even paying half attention started to notice. Then there were the obvious physical abnormalities. One day, Joe Biden would be so frail he could barely walk. And then other days, he'd be jogging quickly. Other times, he seemed to gain or lose many inches of height from one day to the next, which is quite strange. Yeah, here's Rogan talking about Joe Biden. He got a lot taller. Yeah, he's like 6'5" in this video. See, here's Jill back here, and look how much taller he is in this video. I think that's the one where he went out to the Rose Garden and was speaking, and pretty clearly it was not him. That he literally started carrying around and wearing a red Trump MAGA hat during the election. Yeah. So anyway, there's quite a few examples here, and several things embedded in this particular article, which brings me to this video, which is one that I made 3 years ago, I guess. And I'll turn the audio off just because it's only music playing, but this is something that I came up with. Just put them side by side. You got the 2021 Biden that we're all used to seeing, but on the left part of the screen here is the 2008 version of Joe Biden at the VP debate where he's debating Sarah Palin. So this is the 2008 Joe Biden versus the 2021 Joe Biden. Which one is it? Look at the earlobes. Look at the jaw. Look at the hairline. Look at everything. He's got more hair now in 2020, well, in this 2021 video, than he did in 2008. Different guy. I'm telling you, it's a different guy. So did the guy in 2008 actually pass away? And then we were left with this actor. I mean, I don't know. Seems very plausible to me when they have somebody that they want to put in power, whether it's vice president or eventually president or both. I don't know. Pretty odd.